Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Welcome back to What's on Tap podcast with your hosts, Stefan
and Matthias.
And this is our first annual All Easter Beer Spectacular. Woohoo! As we said at the Christmas episode, that when Easter beer season rolled around, we would visit that style. It's extremely popular. I have no idea why Easter beer is a thing here in Sweden, nor do I care to find out. Unless you know. Do you know, Matthias?
Well, I mean, you're going to find out because we got three of them in front of us.
Well, we have three Easter beer, but why is Easter beer why is that a concept to begin with?
Well, why is Easter a concept?
Well, because Jesus died on Good Friday. And then he rose from the grave 3 days later.
There you go.
So that's why Easter is a thing.
So if you were dead for 3 days, would you want a beer?
Very possible, yes. But why does Sweden have Easter beers? As far as I know, no other country has Easter beers.
Why does Denmark have Easter beers?
Do they?
Why do Norway have Easter beers?
Well, why does Scandinavia have Easter beers then? I guess is the question. What is it about Easter and this beer-ish thing going on?
Well,
like Christmas, I get, kind of. Not really. Still really understand the Christmas beer concept and why that exists as a thing.
Well, it's kind of the same as... So you hate Julmust as well.
Julmust is disgusting.
No, Julmust is absolutely excellent. So
it's the worst thing ever.
But it's kind of the same concept with Christmas and Easter beers. So it's always some kind of spiced beers.
Well, we know what... We have Julmust and we have... Påskmus.
And it's basically the same thing.
And it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Just different labels.
Yeah.
But
both are delicious.
But Easter beers and Christmas beers are different. They're not quite the same thing.
I don't know if I want to call them different.
Well, they're different. We're gonna for the sake of our argument, they're different. All right. So what we've done is we went out and we got 3 different Easter beers. We have one that is the standard run-of-the-mill Svensson's everyday Easter.
The one
Easter
you're going to
beer.
find on every Easter table.
Yep, or one of the ones you'll find. And this is Eriksberg, established in 1864.
Yeah.
And this is their 4.5% Easter beer. And then we went in and I picked 2 other Easter beers, and these are from 2 of the most higher profile
Craft breweries.
Swedish craft breweries.
Yeah.
So I was just going to go with the 2 high-end craft breweries at first, but thought, you know what? It wouldn't be doing it justice because this is going to be top of the line. We really need to lay a foundation here and explore the average. I mean, before we go into the high-end stuff, because for a lot of our listeners, the concept of Easter beers isn't really a concept that exists, like I said, outside of Scandinavia. And while I know that the majority of our listeners are in the Scandinavian region, there is still a large percentage that is not from this area. And as a immigrant to the region,
who still hasn't learned the language,
this doesn't seem important. The concept of Easter beer still entertains me for some reason. So. We had
this shit's funny to you?
Yeah, it is. We had a lot of debate around this, if we should do this episode. And I have to admit, we were both kind of I don't know if I really want to do Easter beers.
Do we have to?
Because between Easter beers and Christmas beers, Easter beers are easily the stepchild of the 2. Not quite as loved or enjoyed as the Christmas beers. And so we thought we would start with just your basic run-of-the-mill
Easter beer.
Mass-produced Easter beer. And this has got a beautiful purple label.
Whatever you want to call it.
What call it purple? What color would you call it?
Well, yeah, I would call it purple, but I don't want to call it beautiful.
No, it's beautiful. It's purple and gold. I think it's a nice-looking label. Apparently, it has won a couple of awards at some point. I don't know why.
Oh, you're gonna find out. You haven't tasted it yet.
Nope. This is brewed through Carlsberg, so this is about as mass produced as you can get. And I would say the color is darkish.
Like sewage brown?
It's not sewage brown. Actually, the color is not bad. The color is a reddish, brownish color. It's got a decent head on it. The smell is just
bland,
that smell of coppery lager that you get from a mass-produced beer.
Yep.
Especially in almost like a Czech style smell to it.
Well, Czech lagers ain't bad. This is the...
I didn't say Czech lagers were bad. I'm just saying that it has that kind of Czech lagery smell to it. A little bit of...
No, I think it has the shitty Scandinavian lager smell to it.
Okay, well, the shitty Scandinavian lager smell to it. And how would you define that? As a Prips or a Spindrips or...
Like Carlsberg.
Honestly, I don't think Carlsberg's that bad. If I had the choice between Carlsberg or Tuborg or Spindrips or many other regional Scandinavian lagers, I would happily drink a Carlsberg of that lot.
I'm sorry to say, but this is going to be our last episode.
Well, well, let's stick them over here. So, if you had to drink an off-the-shelf, like you walked into your local bodega, Workman's.
I don't do that.
I know, but I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying you don't do that because you're far too evolved to be seen in those places in your metrosexual lifestyle that you have. But if you had to lower yourself to go into a workaday Doggins lunch-style restaurant, and all they had was just like Prips, Carlsberg, Star Promen, Spindrips.
Well, Star Promen ain't bad.
Well, okay, that one's a check, so we had to take that out of the list. But of your off-the-shelf Scandinavian beers, what would you say is the one that you would go for first?
The tap water.
No, you have to. No, seriously, you have to pick one. Which one would you pick? With Scandinavian lager, you know what? Maybe we'll do a Scandinavian lager episode where we can't do any microbreweries or.
It's all got to be mass-produced industrial lagers.
Mass-produced industrial lagers. It'll be a miserable experience for both of us. I guarantee you, because I agree. Scandinavian lagers are by and large
terrible,
pretty bad.
Yeah.
But of that lot, so okay, let's just say between Tuborg and Carlsberg, which one of those two would you pick?
Oh, jeez. Probably Tuborg.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's probably going to be like 2 kroners cheaper, and it's both going to taste like shit. So I want to just like maximize.
Get the most for the least amount of money.
Exactly.
I respect that. I completely understand that. I think Carlsberg is a bit better than Tuborg.
That's marginal.
All right. Carlsberg quite possibly
the best beer
in the world. All right, so we're drinking their Easter lager, and cheers.
Well, we haven't drunk it yet.
So. Well, we're going to.
Sadly.
Yeah, this is just, it's metallic. Very metallic. Oh, like you're spitting it back in the glass. Because it was too good to drink. You just had to savor the quality, like a fine wine. It's very metallic. It's like eating a handful of pennies.
Yep.
There's a bit of a spice to it. It's there. It's very subtle. It's very lagery. Wow, that is just horrible. I'm trying to be conversive here and make. But this is just really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what would you rate this?
This is kind of the equivalent of like if you ever bit your cheek and you started bleeding in your mouth.
Yeah,
and then you can taste the copper.
And then you put pennies in.
Right, and then you can taste the copperiness, and it's just like this bitter metallic flavor to it. Oh, the smell is so bad.
And you still take another swig.
I'm trying to be fair, establish a baseline.
Good for you.
Well, that's our job, man. That's what we're here for. That's what we don't get paid for, is to explore the beers. You're not holding up to your end of this conversation there, mister.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were doing such a good job. So
thanks.
Let you run with it.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I don't. I don't know. It's just. Oh, it's so bad.
You having a good time?
So yeah, this is undrinkable.
Yeah.
I'll give it half a star, just to be generous.
I'm just not going to give it any stars.
But you can't check in no stars on Untappd.
Well,
I mean, that shows you didn't rate it.
0.25.
There you go, 0.25. There you go. So moving forward, after establishing a baseline of undrinkable, but I mean, okay, irregardless of the drinkability factor, the essence of the concept is still here. It's still a darkish beer with an herbal note to it.
Yeah.
Usually a lagerish, lighter in style.
Yep.
It's not going to be overly heavy beer. And this, in and of itself, this does have the qualities of an Easter lager. It's not a very good version of one, but those qualities are there.
I don't think any Easter lager up until when, well, hopefully with the two we're going to taste, I don't think any Easter lager has actually been like a drinkable beer.
I'm getting a maltiness now, like raw grain kind of flavor on my tongue now.
Chewing on a fibery caniculate.
Kind of, yeah. That's kind of weird. All right, so this is best before 2019. We're going to jump ahead to the Dugas, the Easter lager, which is a dark lager.
It's going to probably be the same in color as the previous one, but hopefully it's going to...
I bet it's actually a little bit darker than the previous one.
Oh, you think?
I don't know. Make a conversation. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. Actually, it almost looks like a stout or a porter.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It is really black. It kind of reminds me of this Brazilian black lager I used to get called Zingu.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, Zingu. I haven't tried that one.
It's really nice. It's kind of a sweet black lager, and for a long time, it was one of my favorites. I'm going to let you get a photo of that as well.
Oh, true. I haven't taken photos.
This it smells. It smells better. It doesn't smell. It smells a lot better, but a lot of the same notes are kind of there. I mean, if you compare the smell of the two, it's not as.
It doesn't smell like pennies.
It doesn't smell as metallic, but it does have. It's like a more refined version of that smell.
Well, it smells like roasted malts.
Yeah.
Which would be where they get the color from.
It's definitely roasty. It's pretty good.
It's actually not that bad.
Not that bad. Damning with faint praise. It's better than a kick in the teeth.
Well, yeah, definitely. But I mean, for a dark lager, it's actually not bad.
No, it's not sweet. I thought it'd be sweeter than what it is.
What's the ABV on this?
It's low. It's like 5.4, 5.6. Yeah.
5.6. It's not bad.
No, but it's definitely got a...
You still get that like Easter spiciness from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I would say, in theory, these two beers are the exact same.
Yeah.
I mean, they're virtually...
But this one is more roasty, but it's still got like the same spiciness and none of the metallicness from the other one.
Right, exactly.
So it's like a cleaner version of the other one.
Oh, it's a cleaner, more robust, definitely more interesting version of the Carlsberg one.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, in theory, they're the exact same beers. They're both dark lagers.
It's kind of the whole purpose about Easter beers, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of hits the spot on that note, I guess.
Very much so. Yeah, I quite enjoy this. While I would never, just even looking at this Eric's by beer disgust me.
Do you feel dirty?
I do feel dirty having tried it.
Should we get the shame bell out?
We might have to. The unclean, we'll have to wash ourselves afterwards. But this is hints of chocolate and dried fruits.
Yeah, I really don't get any chocolate.
I get zero chocolate, but I do get a little bit of the dried fruits.
Yep.
Smooth bitterness from just the right
I guess the dried fruit is kind of the Easter taste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's not bad, but it's
not bad.
Not
yeah, but still, I mean,
either.
again...
it is Easter beer, so...
It is. I would say I almost enjoyed this better than the Christmas beers we had.
Yeah, I kind of just erased it.
Forgotten all those?
Yeah.
Well, there was the glug, the glug.
Oh, the Leafman's Glue Creek? Yeah, that was terrible.
Creek. Yeah, that was better warm than it was cold, though.
It was.
Remember, warm was a much better experience. So that was one where heating it.
I don't know about much.
But no, it was a much better experience. Cold, it was horrible. But we warmed it. We were like, no, this is
now it's
like
drinkable.
glug. It was like glug. It was what it should have been. There was the one from Norway.
We had a hibernation one as well, right?
Yeah.
Hibernation ale from Great Divide.
Yeah, hibernation, and then
that's actually quite a nice one.
The cabin
Fever,
which we didn't care for at all.
That was one that we absolutely hated, right?
Yeah. It was from the U.S. We didn't care for that one. No.
And we actually tried that wasn't an episode, but we tried it later at your place at when you introduced me to the jalapeno popper dip. Mm-hmm. We had the Last Snow from Funky Buddha.
And that was amazing.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I think that was the first coconut beer that we actually enjoyed.
Easily the first coconut beer that I actually enjoyed. Yeah. I think I've only had because I'd had the Olympic coconut.
Oh, true.
And a few months before, but of all the coconut beers I've tried, there's been 2 I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
All right, well let's finish this, and then we can jump into our third Easter beer. This is from Poppels. It is a Påskporter.
Oh, so it's a porter.
Yep. It's a 5.5% alcohol, 35 IBUs. And it's a bit different. That's why I figured that we should try one of the standards just to get a baseline to compare against. And then we
try one of the craft lagers and then do one of the more exciting Easter beers, I guess.
Exactly. And ironically, it looks kind of about the same in color and in style. Excuse me. Let's see here. It smells pretty good. Smells like a porter.
Smells pretty much the same as the other ones.
Well, this one's a little smokier, I think, than the...
You think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm getting more chocolate off this, too.
I think I'm getting kind of like metallic aroma from this.
You would.
I'm actually getting a lot of the like the penny sucking from the first one on this.
I can see that, but no, I get more chocolate on this one. You really get your nose in there. Just really nose down on that one. I definitely get the penny as well, the metallicness.
It's like a chocolate penny.
Yeah. Chocolate pennies. Those are my favorite kind of pennies. All right. Cheers.
Yeah, it would be.
All right. I'm going to go dried fruits again because there's a weird apricot-y, really dried apricot kind of flavor to it.
Kind of like dates.
Dates, yeah. It's so fruity.
Yeah, but it's not the kind of fruits I enjoy.
Oh, you're always so particular, mister. But no, it's super fruity. I mean, I wasn't expecting that from this. I mean, it's
definitely got more chocolate in the taste than in the smell.
Yeah.
But it's... I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's... Of the 3, it's the most complex.
Yeah.
I think it's giving more in the flavor. The body is still not there. It's still super thin.
Yeah.
Very flat in the body. But it's more interesting in character and aroma than I think the other 2 have been.
You can get kind of like a tiny coffee note from it.
Yeah. It's an undertone. It's an undernote. It's not a dominant flavor, but I mean, I don't get a huge chocolate mouthfeel, but
nope.
I definitely get chocolate in the smell.
Yeah, I don't get much chocolate in the smell, actually.
See, I get a lot of chocolate in the smell. But the flavor isn't chocolate. The flavor is this dried fruit
Well, actually, now...
flavor to it.
Actually, now there might be a little bit more chocolate coming out of it.
Yeah?
I'll still get that kind of metallic as well.
Yeah. They all have a bit of metallicness to it.
But I don't think the Dugas one actually didn't have that metallic kind of aroma to it.
It was a little bit, but not as prominent as the Carlsberg and the Poppels.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into ratings. We both agreed that Eriksberg was 0.25.
Terrible.
Horrible. Dugas, how would you give the Easter Lager?
Well, it's not a style I enjoy. Which means I would probably not rate it. If I don't like the style, I don't rate it.
I don't care. This is not your personal agenda here, mister. This is for sharing.
It's for science.
It's for sharing experience. This is science. We're conducting experiments here in Tabor in flavor and taste.
In Tabor.
In Tabor.
Yes.
We combine those two.
It's Tabor
It's
science.
a Tabor experiment.
Yes.
That's going to be our new motto. We do Tabor for you. Tavoring just like Mom used to do.
What?
I don't know. I'm workshopping the Tabor concept.
I guess 2.
A 2? Wow, you're pretty harsh there. Yeah. That's pretty harsh. There's like nothing about like, yeah, okay.
Exactly. Actually, you're right.
Yeah, Easter beers. We won't be doing it. I don't think we'll be doing this next year. I think we will suddenly let this.
I think we've exhausted the subject.
Yeah, I think we're gonna let this this flavor wave pass us by.
There's going to be a new podcast going next year that can do this shit.
Yeah, because honestly, when I looked around, I looked for the best of the Easter beers I could find, and I mean, Dugas is huge on the export scene right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, they are just everywhere. You can find them in all of the specialty online beer stores. Poppels is starting to become more and more exported, and they're really highly rated. So I thought, well, if we want our best shot at the best Easter beers we're going to find, I feel like these two are going to give us the best examples.
Well, I mean, Poppels started brewing Evil Twin beers in Sweden.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're doing stuff
and they're,
right.
What was it? The biscotti?
Imperial Biscotti Break. Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
I actually haven't tried the Poppels version of it yet, but I
actually kind of preferred it more than the can.
and the Westbrook one.
Yeah.
Or the canned one. I haven't tried the canned one either.
Yeah.
I've only tried the 650 Bomber bottle one.
Okay, I've tried it on can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought the Poppels version was really good.
Yeah.
And I've had other Poppels, and I quite enjoyed it. The Påskporter, I would have to say that is, I would say this is probably the best of the three.
Yeah, same here.
I'm going to go 2.75 on that.
All right, I'm going to go 2.5.
2.5, fair enough. I liked the slight chocolatiness, the dried fruits. I think it kind of added something to it. But at the end of the day,
I think that's the key there. Like, it added something to it.
yeah. I feel like I've had other generic Easter ales, and they've been better. And I think this particular Easter ale is just the worst. And the reason I ended up with this one and not one of the other different run-of-the-mill Easter ales is because it's all they had at my local Systembolaget.
Yeah.
So that's what we ended up with. I wouldn't have got it otherwise.
It did the job.
Yeah. It established a baseline of horrible.
Exactly.
And so we did improve on the base concept, but not by much, or by a hell of a lot, depending on how you want to measure that. So this is our Easter episode. I hope you enjoyed it, because we won't be doing it again soon.
Because we didn't.
Nope. I don't see us doing this again for at least another 2 or 3 years if we're still doing it by that point.
Yeah.
Which we will be, because we're never going to stop.
Exactly.
We enjoy drinking beer way too much. So find us online at what'sontappodcast.com.
Instagram.
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
Stitcher.
Yes.
I think that's it.
iTunes.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. Rate our beers, rate the episode, rate the podcast.
Which one is your favorite Easter beer?
Yeah, if you have a favorite Easter beer, if we have totally missed the boat on this, and you have an Easter beer that you absolutely love, and you're like, oh my God, you guys are idiots for not trying this, please let us know. We would love to try an amazing Easter beer, because I have yet to try one. And Matthias, he just can't get enough of these. So until next time, keep drinking.